Hello, everybody. This is Paul from Off Grid Desert Farming News with Paul and Adrian. This is April the 7th, 2026. We're doing this late night broadcast because of the new information that we have received concerning Iran, Israel, and the United States. First of all, I want to tell you that this so called peace deal, I believe, is a deception, is a ruse. Okay? Um, Trump is not going to accept defeat. He's not going to be labeled as a loser. He's not going to capitulate to Iran. This is a deception. Donald Trump lied to Iran twice. All you have to do is go back in history to last year in June of 2025. Iran was in peace negotiations with the United States. All right? And then we and Israel attacked them. Over a month ago, Iran was in peace negotiations with the United States, and we in Israel attacked them. I cannot believe Iran is falling for this again. Folks, do you know what just happened the last 3 or 4 days? Are you just so enamored with Trump that you forget what he did on Easter Sunday? He came out and he used a profanity-laced tirade on Easter Sunday, saying, "You effing bastards. You open this straight now or I'm going to unleash hell on you. Praise be to Allah." And then this morning, he put out another one that, or actually last night, that he was going to end the Iranian civilization because they would not open the strait. So now all of a sudden, Trump is going to agree with everything that Iran wants. He's going to capitulate. He's going to surrender to Iran. Are you nuts? You're talking about a malignant narcissist, all right? What they're doing is giving the American military time to get in place, all right? He's got 2-week timeline to get all of our forces into place for a massive attack. We're not going to capitulate to Iran. Folks, I'm putting this out now. I'm doing a special broadcast, all right? I already did my broadcast earlier this morning, almost 2 hours on Rumble. You need to go look at that broadcast if you haven't seen it. But what Trump is doing now, he is deceiving the world again to keep the oil prices down while we move our military into place. And I think we're going to do what Trump says. We're going to try to annihilate them. This is a lie, a ruse, a deception. Donald Trump is a malignant narcissist. He's not going to admit defeat. He's not going to accept defeat. After all that we've done, after everything that he said over the last 2 months, you think he's going to surrender? All right. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think so. So let me get this on the screen here, folks. You need to see what Donald Trump is supposedly going to surrender. All right. So let me get this on the screen. I will be right back. But anytime you fall for the lives of Donald Trump, well, folks, you're in trouble. All right? Donald Trump has been proven over and over again he's a liar. Here is the 10-point peace plan that all of a sudden has been found accessible or acceptable to Trump. Huge strategic defeat for the U.S., biggest loss since Vietnam, shows the surge of Iran as the emerging fourth center of global power. Now, this is what supposedly Donald Trump has agreed to. He guarantees that Iran will not be attacked again. He guarantees permanent end to the war, not just a ceasefire. the end to Israeli strikes in Lebanon. Donald Trump is agreeing to lift all U.S. sanctions on Iran. Donald Trump agrees to end all regional fighting against Iranian allies. Donald Trump agrees that Iran would reopen the Strait of Hormuz. Donald Trump agrees that Iran would impose a $2 million fee per ship traveling through Hormuz. Donald Trump is agreeing that Iran would split these fees with Oman. Donald Trump agrees Iran would establish rules for the safe passage through Hormuz. And Donald Trump agrees Iran would use Hormuz fees for reconstruction instead of reparations. I can't believe that Trump is agreeing to this, all right? You might believe Trump, but I don't. Because Donald Trump has been lying since he's been a little boy. All right? Even his mother, Mary Trump, didn't even trust her own son. I don't believe Donald Trump. I believe that he's doing this. This is another art of the deal. This is the art of war. Donald Trump is using deception to lull the Iranians into a false sense of peace. And I can't believe Iran is falling for this for the third time, folks. For the third time, they're falling for this ruse. Now, it has been reported that Israel is tunneling under the Dome of the Rock, the Al-Aqsa Mosque, and they're going to, according to Tucker Carlson, they're going to blow it up, collapse the Dome of the Rock, blame it on Iran. But folks, we're living in historic times, but I just don't believe that Trump is all of a sudden capitulating. You know, I don't believe it. So there's another list of the, all right, so this is what Donald Trump put out just a few days ago, all right? Or actually about a month ago. Let me read this to you. Donald Trump said there will be no deal with Iran except unconditional surrender. After that, the selection of a great and acceptable leaders, we and many of our wonderful and very brave allies and partners will work tirelessly to bring Iran back from the brink of destruction, making it economically bigger, better, and stronger. So Donald Trump in this Truth Social post said there's not going to be a deal with Iran except unconditional surrender. Do you really believe that Trump is going to honor his word? Trump that changes his mind in mid-sentence? I don't believe Trump, folks. I don't believe him. I think that this is nothing more than another lie by Trump. I really do. This is the 10-point framework that supposedly Trump has agreed to. All right, this is another version. The 10-point peace plan. Trump guarantees that Iran will not be attacked again. He guarantees permanent end to the war, not just a ceasefire, into the Israeli strikes on Lebanon, lifting all U.S. sanctions on Iran, into all regional fighting against Iranian allies. In return, Iran would open the Strait of Hormuz. Iran would charge a $2 million fee per ship. Iran would split the fees with Oman. Iran would establish rules for safe passage. So basically, this is an unconditional surrender of Trump to Iran. And supposedly, this is what Donald Trump tweeted. Official statement of Iran. On behalf of the Islamic Republic of Iran, I express gratitude and the appreciation for my dear brothers, the Prime Minister of Pakistan, Sharif, and Field Marshal Munir, for their tireless efforts to end the war in the region. Um, in response to the brotherly request of Prime Minister Sharif and his tweet, and considering the request by the U.S. for the negotiations based on the 15-point proposal, as well as the announcements by the President of the United States about acceptance of a general framework of Iran's 10-point proposal as a basis for negotiations. Now, folks, Trump has not agreed and he has not signed any documents with Iran. What you've been hearing on the news for the last 7 or 8 hours, this is a general framework. All right. This is nothing more than a framework for proposal as a basis for negotiations. All right. Do you understand? For a period of 2 weeks. This is not a peace treaty. There has been no peace treaty signed by Donald Trump. This is a 2-week pause in the fighting to give both sides a chance to negotiate a final peace treaty. All right? Nothing has been signed by Trump. I don't believe he's going to capitulate. I don't believe Trump's going to accept everything Iran is proposing. Do you really think that he's going to go down in history as a loser, as a president that surrendered to Iran after all that we've been through, after all the bombs that we dropped, after all the hateful and crazy messages that Trump put out just in the last 3 days, telling Iran, you effing bastards, you open the strait or I'm going to unleash hell on you. And then the one yesterday, well, he says, I'm going to end your civilization. You think that same Trump is going to all of a sudden raise his hands, I surrender? Do you really believe him? Folks, how gullible are you? How gullible are you? You think Trump's going to surrender? I don't, okay? Maybe I'm wrong, but I wanted to get this out tonight on April the 7th, okay? Before he changes his mind. We've got a 2-week window, and I think what the U.S. military is going to do, and Pete Hegseth, they're going to get all of our forces into place, all right? Because Iran has been attacking our forces, and they've been coming under fire, so we haven't been able to move the Marines, the Delta Force, the 82nd Airborne. We haven't been able to stage them properly for what Trump and Hegseth wants to do. So this gives Trump an opportunity in our military to stage our military for this final blow to Iran, okay? That's what I believe is happening. And I wanted to get it out now because I do think this is nothing more than a deception. We will go into this in more detail tomorrow. I know it's late. It's like almost 10 o'clock here in Arizona. By the time I put this out, this is going to be like 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning. But I'm going to get it out tonight because you need to hear this information that don't believe it. Don't believe Trump. All right? If you believe it, well, I'm really sorry for you. All right? Maybe I'm completely wrong, but we'll find out, won't we? We'll find out. And I wanted to document this tonight because I do think that this is just another ploy, and we're going to attack them for the 3rd time and probably be the death blow of Iran. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm right. We'll see what happens. God bless you. Remember, Jesus Christ loves you. He's coming back soon. Don't be caught dead without him. Bye-bye.